Start at what?
Started. Okay, Rachel, I'm going to count it down. I'm going to say 3, 2. I'm not going to say anything else. Count in your mind 0. Let's put those cups down. What are those cups out for? We're going to break those out. So let me get some flowers here.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And she wants my white book in a little bit, just so you know, 'cause she's going to do it on Instagram. Maybe we could reset the clock, if that's okay. Thank you.
So let's just clean up the couch there, move the phone, and just tuck the wire in behind you. You can stick that on the floor. You can grab it when you want, because you don't see the floor.
Yay!
Resetting.
Just put it here.
You can just put it on the floor if you want, and then we can just grab it whenever.
Okay, cool.
Yay!
I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay, cool.
We're going to slay this.
Yes, we
Your
are.
hair looks amazing.
Okay.
It's so good. Here, let me.
I did
There's
too.
a little. Yeah, that one.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to slick it back. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you got a little up in the front. Is it? Do you want it all back? or
Yeah,
you
I want it all back.
So guys, we go
There you
3,
go.
Okay,
2,
cool, perfect.
and then count in your mind.
Okay.
0, 1, and then you can start right to
Okay.
the camera. So here we go. 3, 2.
Hi, loves. Oh my gosh, I am so excited because today's gonna be really easy. Honestly, all I'm doing is having fabulous conversations with my besties. Today we have Claudia Alvarado. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, how are you?
Oh my gosh, you know I am doing fabulous. I'm so happy to be in here with you. You are such a fabulous fashion designer, stylist, girl. Like, you design outfits, let's be honest. You like slay it all day. But you're also getting your doctorate in psychology. Do you like how I'm telling you what you do?
I love how you're telling me
Just
what
in
I
case
do.
you forgot who you are.
I do. Sometimes I do forget. Grad school problems.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I mean, you don't have any problems with your earrings, though. They're so good.
Thank you so much. I really love these earrings. I think they're so festive right now. So
They're so cute.
Right now it's all about the tassel, the no shoulder thing, and you know. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, and I'm really loving your red lipstick. I think
Do you
we
love?
kind of coordinated today.
We really do go together like French fries and burgers, girl. I love it because I literally was like, is this red too much? But you approve of this message?
Totally approve
do?
it. You're
Oh,
totally
okay.
balancing it out with the black, with the red and white. I mean,
I love you.
yeah, it's totally. You're totally rocking this outfit.
It's like the black version of July 4th.
Exactly.
Switch out that blue for some black, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
We totally coordinate. I love it. I'm so excited because I feel like there's so many amazing things that you're doing and so many cool messages for the world on tips to slay. So obviously we're going to get into your fashion tips, but we're also going to start with some vodka.
Let's do it.
I'm telling you, people who watch my show must think that I'm a crazy person. But you know what? When there is like some spa girl in the house, I got to get down with it.
Yeah.
Have you had this before?
I've never had this
Oh my
before.
gosh, girl, it's so good. It's literally 33 proof. So it's not like we're crazy, y'all. Calm it down. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. And it's the holidays.
I
so.
know, exactly. And it's actually gluten-free though. So, I mean,
Oh,
I just gave you a really nice pour. Getting drunk on
okay
Slay with
I'm
Rachel
okay
McCord.
with that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Thank you. Me too. Cheers.
I mean, do we love this right now?
I'm so in love with this right now.
It's really good, right?
Yes.
This one's pear. We've got cucumbers, so if we get through this, we got moss.
We probably will.
We're
we probably
good.
will.
We probably will. Right, so you guys, we're watching Slay with Rachel McCord, and it is all about Slay. And I feel like in reality, sometimes we feel like we can't fully be ourselves and can't fully own all the fabulous sides of our personality. And I am like here to say no and no. And what I want to start off first is with some shallow stuff. I want to start on the outside and work our way in because you've got a really good heart for joy and love and beauty being from within. So we're going to get serious in a few minutes, but I think before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about fashion styling and what that means to really design the look that makes people feel confident. You've obviously done it for red carpets and reality shows, television, blah, blah, blah. Really cool stuff.
Right.
So tell me some of your top tips on slaying the fashion game.
So I would definitely say is a lot of people think that fashion styling is all about the glamour. here's the shallow stuff. But it really, one of the things that they told me is that it's 80% grueling work, which is doing the pools, having to drive around Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, even Newport Beach, having to choose the right outfits for, you know, whoever your client is. And then it's probably 20% glamour, which is getting to go to the photo shoots, making sure that your clients are happy with what they like. And, you know, but I think it's worth it if you really have a passion for what you do. And I mean, I do. Like, at the end, when you see your work at the, you know, Oscars or Academy Awards, and you see them, that's my baby. He's wearing my clothes. Oh my God, he looks so fabulous, you know? So
oh my God,
it's exciting.
I love that.
Or when you, like, recently I was at, staying at a hotel in Costa Mesa, and I saw one of my magazines, or one of the magazines that I did an editorial for, and I was like, oh my God, there's my baby again. I call them all my babies.
It feels really good. I totally feel you. We were just talking about this not too long ago about how, like, when you're in a magazine or something, you're like on page 6, or you're, you know, in Vogue or Daily Mail, it's kind of one of those things where, like, oh my gosh, this is so encouraging, because I think, like you said, there's so much grunt work that goes into what we do. That sometimes when you have a win, you gotta celebrate that. You gotta, like, hair flip, have a deep breath, enjoy, and feel really good about it, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal for things that you create to end up at Oscars or to end up in a magazine. Now, I personally am obsessed with fashion. Like, I felt the pressure today because I knew you were coming in. I was like, oh, y'all, I'm like sweating in weird places. I need to make sure that I am not basic, okay? Because Slay with Rachel McCourt is not about being basic with Rachel McCourt. But now I feel like fashion is like such an art, right? Like, I feel like you're putting things together, and it's almost like I feel like this twitch, like, this is not right. This is not right, you know? And how do you deal with that? Let's say that you're putting a look together, and in your head it was amazing, but then you're seeing it on talent, and you're like, I'm not loving this like so much. What do you do? How do you tweak that?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you know what? I think it's insane to think that these gorgeous people, and it's with anybody, sometimes with clients that, you know, that aren't celebrities, they're gorgeous, and I style them, and they look fabulous, and they feel insecure. So I try something else, you know? But honestly, with that, I always have a big selection for them, just in case they don't feel insecure. My goal is to make them feel beautiful, make them feel like, hey, I'm gonna walk this red carpet and I'm rocking it. I feel good. I feel 100%. Like with Brody Jenner, when I came into his where we were working, the first thing he told me is, I want to look like Jon Snow. I was like, I have no medieval clothing, but let's do this.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And had you already done all the pools?
I had done all the pools, but you know
a little late in the game to give strategy. I mean, if you know what I mean? It's like, no, you say that when I'm like showing up at Ivan Pettin's showroom. Do you go there, by the way?
You know what? I haven't been to that showroom, but I've heard it's really amazing.
Let me know. I will set you up. Aaron is like kind of my Gaby husband. Like, I'm not even joking. He's everything and then some. So they would love you.
Oh, we are exchanging
They're all
numbers.
fabulous, both of them. They're like a fabulous couple, and Ivan is like very, very famous in in South America, and he's just unbelievable. He's a genius, and he's like, no, honey, no, you're not doing this, and I'm like, whatever you say. Or I think it's like, I'm trying to remember. I feel like they've got a show. He's originally French, so they speak. I mean, they're just the cutest things ever, and you would love them. Oh yeah. And I feel like you would come alive because there's so much fashion in there, and it's like dramatic joke. I mean, like, yes. I'm into the dramatic fashion.
You
are just like slated. You know, it's really funny because I always pay attention to those like fun magazines where people talk about how, like, you know, like we all watch runways and get inspired on what to wear. But if you pay attention to the fashion designers or the fashion stylists, they're usually wearing black. Is this true with you?
It's true. It's because, you know, when we actually go style, they want us to wear black just because, you know, like,
it's neutral.
It's neutral. We don't stand out.
Oh, you stand out, okay.
If we dress too fabulous, they don't want us to take a picture of us instead of them. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I love you. No, I'm sure it's true. Don't play. Well, I mean, you can slay all day in black though, and you are. But it is funny. It's like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, like maybe it's like a Hollywood insecurity thing. By the way, I love that this perfect moment, there's like all this like crazy energy in media right now where it's like, let's literally like come together as women and like support one another, being fabulous, loving yourselves, and standing out. We should stand out.
I'm totally loving this like energy that we have with like women becoming like coming out and like having this total like strength about them, like this energy. Like I can totally feel it. Like even my Instagram, like I'm like hashtagging Women United, strong woman,
praise
Wonder
emoji.
Woman. Like I even have like, as dorky as this is, my Wonder Woman like tattoo.
Oh my God, I love, is that real?
No, it's real.
White
it's white
ink?
ink.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
I'm like so for strong women, you know, and it just.
You are a Wonder Woman, Claudia. Do not
As
even
are you, girl.
play.
I mean, you're just short of the blue shorts, and you can fly out of here and kick some ass.
Oh my God, right? Superwoman pose. Have you heard of that? That if you do Superwoman pose for 2 minutes, it'll make you feel more confident?
I did not know that.
I'm not even joking. I was live on KTLA one time and I was so nervous because I was talking about my book and I knew they were going to give me a hard time, being like, who are you, girl? And so I literally went in the green room and was like this. But then I was like listening the whole time, like they're about to pull me in and they're going to see me standing here like a dork. But it does work. It's weird. It's like a psychology thing. Speaking of which, Miss Doctorate in Psychology, what? That is all kinds of fabulous. Tell me how that happened. Like, how were you already studying, like doing that when you were like starting styling, or like how did this come to be?
You know what? And this is gonna be real talk.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
First of all, cheers to real talk on Slay with Rachel McCord with Focus TV, y'all. Claudia Alvarado in the house. Let's hear it, girl.
But honestly, what made me decide to go back to school, and I'm still gonna continue doing my thing because I will never stop loving fashion or styling. So I definitely want to combine. Not that I want to combine. Well, yeah, I still want to combine the two. Maybe make even styling whenever I can. But the reason why I wanted to continue psychology is because not everyone, but I'm sure this is a sort of, kind of like, you know, taboo subject to talk about.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
It's perfect for this couch.
Okay, all right then. Well, but you know, some of my friends have personally gone through some tough stuff, and I just felt like, as women, it's our responsibility to take, you know, action against, you know, predators. And you know, I won't go into detail, but it really touched me. And it really moved me, and it really broke my heart when I started hearing about some of my girlfriends going through such tough times. And in one of my jobs, I just felt like, you know what, I've had enough about that. And even though my heart's still in this, I'm gonna do something about it. And I'm actually specializing in emotional, physical, and sexual abuse for men and women, because it's not only women that go through this, it's men too.
Absolutely. I mean, I personally went through some stuff like that, and I had PTSD and depression because of it. And I think it's part of why I've been really open about my story, both in my books, like The Fame Game, and also just in life in general, because we never know who's hiding in plain sight and who's going through something right now, and they need that encouragement. And also, like, I feel like in Hollywood, it's like the joke, like if you watch the musical Chicago, they're like, the show business is for everyone who wasn't loved enough in their childhood.
Yes.
You know, it's like we have an opportunity, and we're in Hollywood, that we can influence people and we can encourage them in a place where they need it the most. Because I think sometimes people judge Hollywood and they're like, oh, it's so glitzy and glammy. And also even like with Slay and all my brand, it's like sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, but that's really like up here, like how are you real? And it's like, no, I want to live a life that's full because I've lived a life of lack for so long. You know, like growing up in trailer parks with trauma, it's like you don't really feel worthy of anything good. And so when you come to a city and you start realizing this is not the exception, this is more so the rule. Most people here have stories that break your heart, like your friends. And I think it's amazing that you're saying, let's look at true beauty coming from the inside and encouraging those people, because the reality is like we need it. We're on ground zero, and these people are influencing the world. So we can influence these people and help them live better lives and share better stories. goes everywhere.
Exactly, and I think more than anything, these people have even you have such a voice, you have such a big platform, and most of these women, they have such a voice, such a big platform, that I think that if more of these women, and I feel that you're really brave for even speaking out, putting your truth out in the book, but most of these women, they feel that they still can't do it, and I don't blame them. It's a hard thing to talk about, but I mean, I hope that not only me, but so many of these women who are working in the field can get not only women working in the entertainment business, but just everyday women, you know,
absolutely,
to speak out, because it needs to be done.
It needs to be done, and I think it's so beautiful when we decide that we're going to be courageous. We're going to create this space of safety that says it's okay. It's okay to stand up and say, "Hey, I'm vulnerable right here."
Exactly.
I think honestly, vulnerability is like the most beautiful thing ever.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like there's something amazing when someone just in a split second goes from like so like unrelatable and unpredictable and so whatever, and just be actually no, like I worked really hard to be here. It's like the American dream, you know. It's like you start at nothing, and whether that's an emotional feeling that you've had where you've just felt like nothing and now you feel like someone who matters, and you could be feeling like that anywhere in the world, to your point, right? Cubicles or whatnot. So what would you say to those girls who, and guys, because I know that that's your audience as well, like what would you say to them if they're struggling with something and they're seeing you rock life? Because girl, you were slaying the fame game. If we're honest, like you were like making it happen. But like, so it's so inspiring just on that side, because you're a boss queen and you're like just doing so many incredible things. But in addition to that, like what would you say to those people who want to look to you and be inspired, but then learn about your heart and your passion to actually study psychology to make a difference and help? What would you say to encourage those people?
I just want to definitely, the one thing I would say is that you're worth it. It's not your fault, and that they have the strength, that they have unbelievable strength to make it through anything, and they can overcome anything, and they can do whatever they want in life, and I believe in them. So I just want to see them overcome whatever pain they have inside them.
I love that so much. That's such a beautiful way to put it too, because I think when we just remind others that you can make it, you can be the one that gets out of it, and that's okay. I remember myself, I like would look back and be like, why me? Like I would think about the people who lived in the trailer park next to me. Actually, I think about it often, and I'm like, why am I the one who's like living a dream life in Hollywood, do you know? But I believe that we are all given a platform, small, big, medium, whatever. There's no real measurement of it, and there shouldn't be. But no matter where you are and what you're doing, you can influence the people around you. And if you decide that you want to encourage them to slay, and you want to encourage them to love themselves and to be beautiful and to rise up and to be honest about what they're going through so that they can get the help they need, that's amazing. That's the only thing that really matters.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm so happy to see that more and more people are having that courage to like rise up, tell their story, and I'm seeing more and more people telling their story, and that's what needs to happen. The more truth that there is in the world, I think, and the more that people speak up, the less predators I think there'll be.
Yeah, because they'll be afraid.
They'll be like, never mind. And honestly, and I think the more love they'll be in the world. So that's just the goal. And honestly, like, it doesn't matter if you're a psychologist, if you're an entertainer, if you're an actress, as long as you are being brave, speaking your truth, I think that's all that matters in the world, and being kind and love. So honestly,
praise, girl, praise.
Real talk. And honestly, that's why one of the things about your book is that it's such a good book, and it's like you said, it really comes from your heart, and you speak so much beauty and so much truth in it, and this book really needs to be read. So that
means a lot to me coming from you. That's so sweet.
I mean, I really hope I can get some more of these.
I'm giving you a whole stack. Like I'm literally sending it your way because I want I want to support anything you're doing, and I'm so grateful that you came in. I cannot believe that it's over because I really just want to keep hanging out with you all day. And I'm just so inspired by your heart. You're so beautiful, and I really want to encourage you to keep at it because it's really inspiring for me to sit down with people like you and to just be touched by your heart and your passion to give back, because it'd be so easy in this town to be self-absorbed and to focus on like, oh my God, I'm so amazing. But you're like, I'm doing amazing things, but I'm going to pour that out into the world. So you're amazing. So where can people follow you and stalk you like I do?
You can stalk me at Extra Hot and
Because she's extra hot, y'all.
Extra Hope.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
And thank you so much for having me on your show. It's so
Thank
beautiful
you.
talking to you. And
I'm having you back, and I'm helping you, and I would love to actually have you come out and maybe speak to some of my girls at Covenant House, and because I think they
Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
transformed.
I would love to. Anything,
Oh my
anything
God.
for Rachel.
I can't wait until we're like Dr. Claudia Alvara.
In the house.
Yes. Thank you so much, babe. This
Thank
was
you so
amazing.
much.
Thanks, loves, for watching. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate you spending this time with me on Slay with Rachel McCourt in the studio with Focus TV. Be sure to tune in all the time because we just want to inspire you to slay.
Yay!
Babe, that was so awesome.
That was
You were so
good.
inspiring. I
You
wish
were-
everybody was like you. Did we like it? I knew I went a little over because I knew that the clock started earlier, right?
No, they started right at the top.
Oh, did you reset it? Oh, I didn't even see that. Oops.
Okay,
We gave it an extra 5 minutes.
give it an extra minute. All right, you can
It
drop
was
the wire
worth
down.
it.
You can drop
Okay,
the wire on the couch.
cool.
That's great. I'll get
Thank
It
you.
was worth it. Babe, you're so good.
Oh, you were
Wait,
so
let's do a
good.
quick photo.
Yeah, thank you
Because
so
it
much.
would be such an instant fail if we didn't.
All right, let's dump that video and create some shelves.
really like it. Wait, can you get this at like?
Is this at Normal Places? She's wondering because she's
Bevo, yes.
Okay, I'm going to bed for it.
Girl, I gotta put that in your stack. I'm gonna get a bottle for you and put it in your Slay the Fan Game stack. Okay, wait. Oh, my phone's over here.
Thank you. And then I'll text you my address.
Oh,
for
yes.
sure.
Please do.
Because I
Text
really
me
want
your
to-
permanent one and your temp one.
Okay,
if you
I
want it,
will.
go into your temp one because I want to have it because when I get goodies, I want to send them to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you both of them. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
Here you go. If Victoria will take the pictures, then she'll airdrop them all to you.
Oh my god, you're amazing. Oh, perfect. Even better.
Yep. I'll airdrop you and
Okay.
I'll airdrop them to you right now.
Okay, yeah. So, do you want to go over there? Or do you want to go in the studio?